Hi, I'm Manny, and I just want to say people who understand and keep up with the lore of the Kingdom Hearts games are on another level that I will never understand, but I respect it. Like, video game lore has become such a big thing nowadays, and I know that it all kind of started with well, it didn't necessarily start, but it became kind of a more prominent thing when Vati Vidya started doing the Dark Souls and FromSoft game lore videos. But lore has become such a big thing where people kind of overlook the actual story a game's telling over deep diving into all this lore stuff. And even game developers have seemingly put a lot more extra effort into making their game's lore and world building a lot richer. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but they have kind of overlooked just basic storytelling because of it. But getting back to the point I was making, Kingdom Hearts lore is absolutely insane. There's like a billion Kingdom Hearts games, and all of them have like retcons and redos and little like details and things. And even the most like throwaway mobile game, whatever Kingdom Hearts game, has like deep lore that you need to understand all of this stuff, and like Ansem and the 11 billion Ansems that are around. And then somebody is a copy of somebody else, but he's in his heart. And it is so out of this world that like it's like 5D chess, and I'm out here playing checkers. Like I remember I once tried to do like a Wikipedia deep dive, just like for fun, to understand the lore of the Kingdom Hearts games, and my nose bled, my eyes rolled to the back of my head, and I'm pretty sure I experienced transcendence for a few milliseconds. Holy shit. People who keep up with and understand Kingdom Hearts lore kind of put me in the same, like, I kind of think of them the same way as I think of people who 100% the Assassin's Creed games. And if you had a visceral reaction to that, you're not the only one, because I know more than one person who don't just love the Assassin's Creed game, they 100% them. I'm talking every collectible, every upgrade, every side quest, all of it. And they do this for almost every single Assassin's Creed game. It is out of this world. And at first I was like, oh, why would you do that? Those games suck. It's just a waste of time. But, eventually I grew up and I learned to sort of appreciate the kind of dedication and enjoyment they must get from that. Because as somebody whose most played game of all time is Warframe, coming in at around 700 hours, which in the Warframe community means you're around mid game, I cannot fathom going through and collecting, because I played Assassin's Creed 2 and I loved that one. I one day I played it so much that I overheated the Xbox 360 and gave it the red ring of death. Like, it was so bad. I had a fan blowing on the Xbox 360 because I thought that would cool it because I was an idiot. But as much as I love that game, like 100%ing an Assassin's Creed game, let alone several, man, you guys are just built different. Like I admire that, but I admire it from a distance with reverence and kind of like a little bit of fear in my eyes. But realistically, we're all built to do like different kinds of crazy things. For example, somebody might look at my drawing process and be like, "You scribbled all of that. Like you filled in all of that, did all those details, all that with a fucking 8 pixel big pencil brush. You are insane." And I can be like, I mean, yeah, I enjoy doing it. So I guess you could say that about any sort of crazy achievement. It doesn't make it any less impressive, but it does put it into perspective that, people can do like crazy remarkable things. Just, different strokes for different folks. Some people 100% Assassin's Creed games, I do what you're watching on screen, and it looks easy when I do it. Cause in my mind, like whenever I'm drawing, not a lot really goes through my mind that isn't just general, like, oh, anatomy, lighting, texture, all that stuff. But it feels automatic because as an artist, you start out having to actively think your hardest at the beginning to sort of process information and like make the picture. But the more you do it, it starts becoming automatic to the point where you don't even know how you're actually doing it. You just know you can do it. You just do it, and it feels like an instinct at that point. You don't even have to really think about it that much unless it's something that's out of your comfort zone. But it takes a while to get there. Although I really, really would like to sort of have a long conversation with people who do those crazy 100% like this game with tons of collectibles things, or even people who like do insane challenges. Like, for example, the person who beat, or the multiple people at this point, who've beaten like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or whatever with like a Dance Dance Revolution pad or a Guitar Hero controller, or that person who does the Elden Ring thing with the headgear that reads your brain like signals or something. Because I would be very interested to hear the human side of like what made you seek out and adapt yourself to this challenge that I don't want to make it seem meaningless by saying it's quote unquote unnecessary, but you had to really go out of your way to take on this challenge, and for what? To just prove that you're capable of doing it? Because if that is a gratification in of itself, if we could find a way to just make challenging ourselves gratifying without necessarily needing like a quick, cheap and easy win to keep us going, that's a mindset that would be very valuable to like explore and dissect and apply to ourselves, because we're all just used for to being rewarded for every single little action. And I think it would do us, myself especially, a lot of good in being able to challenge ourselves to the point where you're not getting that reward until you meet this challenge all the way. Like, you can't even meet it halfway, you have to meet it all the way. But anyway, that's enough rambling from me. That's all the yapping I've got for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.